Good morning, everybody. Take two. Welcome. Good to see you all here. And so I see there's been a lot of nice conversations happening before and after. So I hate breaking them up. Looks like they're having a good time. Anyway, I'm Reverend Kim Haley. I want to welcome you here and all those on Zoom. And do we have any newcomers here today for the first time? Or for maybe haven't been here for a long time? Barney, yes. We're glad you're back here today. Anyway, I'm glad you're all here and good to see you. The year is 2026, if you forgot. I'm here to remind you. And the theme is awakening. And the topic for June is opening to more. So I'm really happy to see what everybody's got to say about that today and for the rest of the month. Our musician today is John LaLonde, and he is going to open with a song, and then we're going to move into silent meditation. So everyone relax, get comfortable, take a deep breath. as we open to more, opening to more, it's actually an action. And as we create, it's to be willing to give of ourselves to the world. Not because we're perfect. We're flawed in the human form. But Spirit's perfect. You're courageous. You contain myriad beauty and wild possibilities. And you dare to be here as fully as you can. You have dedicated yourself to this life. And so it is. Yes. Welcome back. Okay. Now we have a wonderful spiritual poem.
Thank you.
With John LaLonde.
Thank you, Kim. Well, here we are in June with opening to more as our topic, and the practice that goes along with that is meditation. So I'm gonna say a few things about both of those subjects. So first of all, what is opening to more? Opening, what is opening? What is more? Those are very vague terms that allows everyone who's up here speaking to talk about it from whatever viewpoint they want. And for everybody that's going to consider it over the month of June here in the congregation or audience, to take it how they will and see if any of it applies to your own life. What are you opening to? What is the more you're interested in? And how might we get there? So just to start off, I always like when I'm preparing this to look at Ernest Holmes' written materials, since we're a religious science church and he's the founder of that. And he does not address opening to more. But what he does address is central to his teachings is to have an expectancy of good. So expect things to work out well. And so it makes sense that if we expect good to flow into our lives, then we're going to be open to more. It's just the way things work that way. So I also thought, well, is opening to more really a good thing? I mean, isn't it taught to be satisfied, content, and maybe even complacent? Isn't that good enough? And so it made me recall something that I read long ago in a positive psychology textbook, which, of course, I still have. And what it was a study that was done comparing people who were open to new experiences versus those who were more cautious, more reserved, more into whatever they're doing without looking to expand it beyond that. And what they were actually trying to study was focused on the development of wisdom. That was what the question really was, are people who are open to new experiences more apt to develop wisdom? They had to define it, and I just include this because it made me laugh, but they defined as a definition of wisdom, expertise in the fundamental pragmatics of life. Expertise in the fundamental pragmatics of life. Doesn't that just suck the life out of wisdom? That's it's just studied language to try to nail it down. But what they concluded, we can all probably guess, is those who are open to new experiences were happier with their lives. They had a broader sense of satisfying activities, more friends. And being open to more leads to a greater positivity and development of skills, happiness, and wisdom. So there's some study support that opening to more is a good thing that moving beyond where we are right now and considering what more there might be can actually be a good thing. So when I first started thinking about it as it would apply to me, I thought, man, that sounds like a lot of work. It sounds hard, and it sounds like a lot of work. And as I thought about it, I thought, I actually think it's easier than we think, or than I thought. I should put it that way. And in the example I'm about to use, it's more about getting my head, my busy mind, out of the way and getting my focus to be singular, like thinking about one thing. The mindfulness of not being scattered in my thoughts. So I thought about what am I open to more of, and I thought I am open to more music, and in all matters, listening to it, playing it, understanding it somewhat, and playing with others. And I thought especially I am open to more in improvising. That's just making things up as we go. So I read about it a little bit, and it was interesting to read that it was described as preparation without planning. So you have to develop, skills on the instrument or whatever you're doing there. You have to listen, get the rhythm, and then just play. And then just play and trust that you're gonna fill it in with something that is intuitively pleasing to myself and hopefully others, pleasing to my ear, and just follow those kind of inner impulses. It's unplanned. It's not scripted. It's not written out. It's not read or memorized. It's not dogged concentration. But it can actually feel like letting your fingers do the walking. It can actually feel kind of separated from mind when I'm really there and not giving it much conscious thought. So I just have to trust that something good will come of it because of the time put into learning it and preparing it, but then just letting it rip. So I've noticed when doing that my thoughts will come in. That I notice that, there'll be a judgmental thought, ooh, you really stepped on that. Or, just the miscellaneous sorts of thoughts like the grocery list or the to-do list or all these things. And what works to silence those distractions and get back to that kind of one mind is to just gently and lovingly and simply correcting course. Return to the singleness of the whole thing. Direct my attention to the sound and to the place of no thought, and actually to get quiet in my mind. And what will happen next is something that I'll trust. So it really is a flowing in the present. It is a being in the now with the instrument. So what I am opening to is more trusting improvisation, and the way to do that is actually to cut down the distractions and try to stay out of the way, to keep my mind out of the way. So that actually leads me to the practice of meditation that is the practice this month. I practice a form of mantra meditation, and it is very much like that as I am sitting, as thoughts creep in, I begin to, I think the mantra that I have, or I follow my breath, whatever I'm doing, or I'm meditating with a word I've chosen, just to return to that word. And that word, over the years, has kind of become a trigger for calm for me. And so, what I'm talking about, getting to more, is a lot like what happens in meditation, where the more comes when we're one thought behind it, and that's what's driving it, just like it is during meditation. So I think meditation makes us quiet our mind and trains us, or gives us the opportunity to train our own mind into the discipline of just returning to the single thought or the no thought. and the calm that comes along there. So I really think that being open to more resides in the present, in the now, not in the big long list or the dogged concentration, but in the relaxed single focus. So in summary, then, kind of a formula for opening to more. First of all, to know what it is. What is the opening to more? What is the more that is desired? Really expect good to blossom as you are doing this, and in our lives. Here we are at the Positive Living Center. It's a very positive thing to expect things will be good. Practice keeping mental distractions quiet, and this is where meditation comes in that training. And then take whatever steps are needed to open up to the more that it is that we're hoping to manifest. And so it is. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, John. I guess we have to hear from someone we just heard from, which was a wonderful talk. So now John is going to play some music for us, and we are open to your music.
Good.
We're opening to more.
Yeah, that's a real risk to give such a talk and then play. It's like, oh man, I'm going to step on this. I don't think that, but I think positively here. But let me introduce this song with, as you know, Bob Hand periodically writes a poem for when he gives his talk, and he invites me to play flute behind it. And over the years of doing that, there's actually been a few paragraphs or stanzas that I've actually really liked. And what I've liked is the kind of melody or cadence that the paragraph gives. So I've taken a number of Bob's poems and looked at the things that I've liked in them. And so I've put together a little compilation of that and kind of woven it together with some other things that, some other melodies or ditties that kind of link them up. So I've decided to call this song Bob's Hand. So, he did have a hand in it.
beautiful. Thank you. Inspiration on two places. Got one from Bob, one from John. Sounding. Our speaker today is someone you may know from the drum circle. She's here to give us our main talk, and it's Reverend Dr. Judy DeRosa.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was getting a little tired of the light, so I'm really glad we have another subject. I love the Positive Living Center because it is based on non-denominational consciousness. It's new thought. It's moving into a new way of looking at your life without all of the, I can call it rhetoric or dogma. And I think a lot of us have gone through that kind of experience. And I've always found peace when I come to the PLC. So I want to know if everybody is familiar with Mobius strip. So it's a figure 8 on its side, and it's the infinity symbol. So Dr. Dean Brown was a nuclear physicist and a computer pioneer, and he was an associate at Princeton's University Institute for Advanced Study, where he knew Albert Einstein. He later worked at Stanford Research Institute. Brown was known for his research on educational technology and Sanskrit language. In 1993, I had the opportunity to study with him at the Manly Hall Philosophical Research Society in Los Angeles. And in his beginning class, he did the infinity symbol, really large on this blackboard, and he said, if anybody can tell me where this begins and where this ends, I would like to have a conversation with you. The quantum literally means something you can count. To quote Einstein, God does not play dice with the universe. From my perspective, I feel we are constantly opening to learn more about everything as we see the micro and the macro of this universal experience. Whether it's our relationship, whether it's our work, whether it's where we live, we're constantly opening to new ideas and new thoughts and new ways of being our soul self. So opening to more is another way of imagining that it already exists and that we are going through a frequency shift. I like the idea of shifting our consciousness because we can get stuck in an idea and we are very easily patterned. We sit in the same seat when we come to the same place. And in one of my collective gatherings, everyone would sit down and I would ask them to get up and move to another seat. And it is breaking those patterns of understanding how habitual we can become and how important it is to look at what is this pattern I create And what does it do for me? And what doesn't it do for me? So if I only sit in the same place, I'll never meet somebody new. I'll never get to have a different idea of who this person is. It just amazes me. And so we have to look at probabilities. The probability of you being born was about 1 in 400 trillion. Whereas the Powerball jackpot odds are roughly 1 in 292 million. You are more likely to win the lottery than to have been born. And yet, here we are. We are amazing. We are here because we've chosen to have an experience, whether we had a great relationship with our family or a really crummy one. We came here for a reason, which is not to please other people, but to evolve our soul, to explore what is important to our personal evolution. From the beginning, the woman who carried you was your first universe, your first ocean, your first sky, and the first light that you saw on your first day. As the egg and the sperm meet, there is a flash of light. And we know this because we now have electron microscopes. But the fact is that an indigenous awareness is that we know that everyone we meet is filled with light. We can see it off of our fingertips when it's nighttime. We can see it when we walk at night because we adjust and we create our own illumination. It is because we are part of Source. Now, I found this place called Frequency Shift, and they do quantum physics, but we know Bob Hand is our frequency quantum physics guy, and he teaches classes here, and if you haven't taken any of his classes, they're really interesting and helpful. So to quote the frequency shift, quantum physics isn't just science. It's also logical spirituality. It is a relationship of deeper understanding that we are more than what we have been taught. And when we start to understand that, we start to seek other ways of creating our life. We kind of go sit in a new seat someplace where we've never been. Or we take a class in something we've been interested in. Or we take another route home that we haven't taken before. Because we are intentionally making that transformation. So I have personally never understood the concept of when we're born, that we're born with some kind of a sin. That just does not make any sense to me. And it doesn't make any sense that being dictated by a verse out of a book that is going to make my life better, if I don't understand it and they just keep repeating it over and over like I should know better. So This is a way of understanding what you're drawn to, what comes to you, is part of the lesson of your unique individual self. The link between life is not based on fables or a religious book. It is based on the drive of humanity to continue on in this universe. It is a soul's evolution to experience the vastness that we are. Erase the feminine from the original story and the origin, and you sever the cord or the umbilicus between humanity and the living source of every experience we have on the planet. We are part of that divine feminine, and through that creation, all is. Even the Tao speaks of the great mother that was before the Tao. We are all necessary. One isn't better than the other. We are here creating in unity together, and each person with your gift is precious and important and unique. In quantum physics, you don't attract what you want. You align with what you already are. No one else knows the reason of this journey but you. And some of us as children are convinced by people in our family that you're going to be a doctor, or you're going to be a lawyer, or you're going to be a nurse, etc. But maybe you weren't destined for that. Maybe you're a musician. Maybe you're a world traveler. We might mimic the actions of our parents or our parental guidance, those influencers in our life, yet something within us is whispering, there is more to you, and you must go and explore. Ask questions. I was listening to a physicist. He's very involved in the collider that they're using for atom smashing. And he said that the reason he's so involved in this, his name is David Whiteson, the reason he's so captivated by this is because he has so many questions. And with the information and the data that they gather, it is an astronomical number. And yet it comes down to his one question. And I would ask you about your one question of who you are and what you value and how you find that answer. Because we're all looking for some answer. Because we're actually so diverse that it is a world of endless possibilities in which we all dwell. We now, right now, learn not to settle for less, to open to new ideas and explore your belief system. The quantum field, where every single version of you already exists, like a million bubbles of options. These are options of you. And only you decide what option you'd like to experience in this now. The wealthy you, the creative you, the happy you, the healthy you, they're already there in the quantum field, waiting for you to take step towards your soul's journey. Or as the poet Rumi says, has written, I will meet you in the field of all possibilities. If it's in your heart, that means that version of you already exists. It's your job now to tune into the frequency, and your reality will be rearranged to match that frequency. Because you are always you. Or change your mind, change your world. We can keep it simple. Check in with ourselves. Understand that new thought, new ideas is something that we can have from moment to moment to moment. You're never experiencing the world. You are only experiencing your nervous system's interpretation of it. I'm going to say it again. You're never experiencing the world. You are only experiencing your nervous system's interpretation of it. Because you are not just your body, or your work, or your house. You are more. You are this exquisite, creative being. And as you become fearless, stronger than you could ever imagine, and you narrow it down to, yes, I'll do this, and if I don't like it, I'll do something else. Breaking that habitual pattern to find the real you. That's why two people can experience the same thing and have completely different interpretations of it. Your thoughts and emotions broadcast a frequency that your life then mirrors back to you. And it's a constant. Sometimes we give things up. Well, I won't do this because, could be noisy. But we come back to it. We come back to our flute music. We come back to what's precious, to our art, to our mathematics, to our science, to our exquisite vastness of writing and dancing, of our healing abilities that we've been told, you can't do that. But I do believe that we heal ourselves on a regular basis. Or, as you think, so shall you live. If you don't believe that you deserve a safe, clean place to live, you will sabotage it, so it won't happen. We make decisions, and we live with those decisions until we change our mind and do something different. That is the vastness of who we are. The quantum field does not respond to begging. It responds to certainty. Much as I am ready for, or I release myself from false beliefs of myself at this moment forward. Giving oneself permission to let go of old business that's gone. Now, if you see it in your mind, your body starts to believe it's already real. Doubt is the main killer of progression. You are exquisite beings. I have a whole lot more to say, but there's not enough time, so I'm going to cut this short. We're not talking about DNA. You are one of the most magnificent creations that the universe has contrived. Think and feel as if you already have it. To be open to all the opportunities being offered to you. From a breath, to a chord in a sound, to the stroke of a paintbrush, to the inspiration that is constantly around you. As Angelo Pizzella would say, treat, then move your feet. Be ready for changes that come into your life. You matter. You make a difference. You count. Your actions change the world in which we live. And please say with me, and so it is.
A lot of rich food for thought there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judy. Wow. You know, you made me think about what my mother and dad thought I should be when I was younger.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, what? They thought lab technician. And I thought, what a scary prospect that would have been if I would have been a lab technician. Simply because I just don't have that mind. Somebody else does. Nothing wrong with it, just somebody else has that type of mind. Anyway, thank you for that. And now I'd like to invite two people up so we can do the offertory. Anybody like to help out with that? Great. The offertory prayer. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Oh, man. Life is good. Feeling pretty good. Those that are on our service on Zoom, you may tithe by going to the iFocus email. You can press the green button, or you can mail a check to the Positive Living Center, P.O. Box 2683, and Oakhurst, California, 93644. I also want to remind people about the frog box that's down in the back corner there. Most people know about it, but if you haven't been here before, you can write out a prayer request if you can't stay. And then I think it's Reverend Robin who is actually putting those out online to all of the ministers and practitioners so that we can do some prayer work for people who want some. And it works. We get feedback, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful energetic of giving from the heart. And I try to keep up with them too, because there's, sometimes I miss them because I don't look at my email as often as I should, but I'm going to now make an effort, more so. Now, let's see, we have announcements. Oh, it's awfully quiet for that word. In here, it scares me. Pardon?
Will you do us?
Yes, I will. I have two announcements. Well, do you want me to do the drum circle as well, Judy, or do you want to come up again? Do you want me to do the drum circle as well? I will do the flute circle and the drum circle if you want me to. Okay. Every second Saturday of the month at 2 p.m. we have a Native American style drum circle where we play Native American style flutes. And pardon?
2:30 flute.
2.
You said
What did I
drum.
say?
Drum.
Oh. Well, I got really into meditation after a little while. I'm not back yet. Flutes, Native American style flutes. And then people say, what did you say, fruits? Flutes. So we have that going on at 2 o'clock, which will be this Saturday coming up, right?
Yes.
The 14th? I think it's the 14th. And then that goes from, and you can come, you don't have to play a flute, it's for every level. And we have flutes that you can borrow if you don't have one. And we just sort of, we try different things. It's like Judy was saying, try different things, be open to different things. And then you want to talk about your drum circle? Okay. I'm not quite finished. I think, what else can I say? About the flute circle. Anyway, we do play different things, and don't be distracted by having to be good at any of that. You can just come and you can listen even, and then you just practice if you like it. I don't know what's not to like. It's really good.
Saturday's the 13th.
Oh, it is the 13th? Thank you for looking that up. It's actually the 13th for the flute and the drums.
We're clear. Second Saturday of the month. The drum circle is we set up at 3:30 and we play until after 5 o'clock. And this is bringing out the big mother drum and experiencing frequencies and rhythms and connection to community. It's a community service. You don't have to be native. Everyone is welcome. If you have a drum, bring it. If you don't, we have drums that you can play. The other thing that I was going to mention is that the third Tuesday of the month, don't have a date on that, is the Women's Circle. And it's called Full Circle. And it's really about community again, and that we are here and we know stuff. And it's really good to share what we know with each other and to understand that there are elements in our life where we have no place to have a conversation, and it's good to have girlfriends.
Yeah.
It starts from 2 and we go to 4.
Right. And it's the 16th, actually.
16.
The 16th.
Together we have a mind. I love it.
I looked it up really quick. I'm going to redeem myself here. And the other thing that I would like to announce is that this will be the first Sunday we're coming back with the chanting. So you're all welcome at about 11:15. We'll meet here and we'll do some chanting. And I'd love to see you here. I've got some ideas, and I'm open to your ideas as well. So I hope you'd like to come, because it's lots of fun, and it's more fun with other people. So that's great. Anybody else have another announcement?
Yeah.
Going once? Going twice? Okay. I guess we're done with announcements right now. I'm sure I'll think of something later. So next week's speaker is Reverend Bob Hand. So we get to come here for that next week and hear Bob and what he's got to say, because it's always interesting. And then our prayer partner today is John LaLonde. So you can see John after in that, what we call the meditation room, but it's a room that can be used for that. All right. So let's do the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. That is a good prayer when you're driving. I have used it when I'm driving, and it really helps me calm down in the car. It's really good. So now we are going to have some more music with John and LaLonde. Please welcome him.
Well, I'm going to play one of my favorite Native American fruit songs. Were you saying something to me, Patty? No. Oh,
Huh?
I thought you were trying to get my attention. Sorry.
What's that?
I thought you were trying to get my attention.
Oh, no. I'm just happy you're playing.
Oh, thank you. This is one of my favorite songs. It's a Mary Youngblood song. I've played it here before, but it's been almost 2 years, if you can believe it. Time is so. It's Beneath the Raven Moon. It's from her Grammy-winning album of the same name.
Mm-hmm. Good.
All right.
See, that's why I relax. Very nice. Also, I just forgot to say there are cookies and conversation after. So don't forget to stop and have some nice cookies because Berta's got some stuff going on in there. It's good. It smells good. And tastes really good. And now I'd like to welcome up for our closing, Reverend Bob Hand. Surprise!
You're just giving them an appetizer for next week.
I had already closed. We are so blessed to be here and share with each other. We're blessed by both the music and speakers that act as a compass to point us to open our own consciousness, to open our minds and our hearts. And as we go about our lives with open minds and open hearts, perhaps to some extent that will help the others around us open their minds and open their hearts so that we have a community of acceptance and love and sharing that we can all be a part of. And so it is.
Amen.
Again, thank you all for being here and hope to see you next week. And I hope to see some chanters. No pressure.